Cold wind brushes past my face. Your memory drifts down the empty street. Even when my eyes closed, you remain. I still can't let you go. I speak to the moon in whispers, just one word, I miss you. This heart aches more than starlight. Are you doing fine tonight? Your name echoes in my silence. Loneliness wraps around me tight. Every night feels the same again. Since you walked out of my life, I speak to the moon in whispers, just one word, I miss you. This heart aches more than starlight. Are you doing fine tonight? If I could turn back time somehow, would you still be by my side? But now I'm just a shadow in the place where love once lived. I speak to the moon in whispers, just one word, I miss you. This night is cold without your light, but I'll keep loving you in the dark.
The chair you used to sit in still holds the warmth you left behind. I call your name in a quiet voice, wondering if you come back again. Only this empty chair looks at me. Why did we drift so far apart? Where did our love go so silently? All that's left is a sigh in the dark. Our favorite song plays faintly, but it doesn't bring you back to me. I sit alone, lost in the past. This silence feels like eternity. Only this empty chair looks at me. Why did we drift so far apart? Where did our love go so silently? All that's left left is a sigh in the dark. The room still remembers your smile, but memories fade with time. I try to move, I try to breathe, but your absence fills every line. Only this empty chair looks at me, still waiting for something to change. Maybe someday I'll find the strength to let you go with the morning rain.
Everyone's asleep, but I'm still awake. It feels like I'm the only one left on. In the dark between the city lights, your face quietly comes to mind. Standing at the end of the night, frozen in the weight of memories, one heart I never let go of. Do you feel it too? Across the stars, silence hums in every breath. Even the clock seems to stop. Every shadow looks like you, and I can't tell if I'm dreaming. Standing at the end of the night, frozen in the across the stars. The dawn may come to wash you away, but I still hold you in the quiet. Even if no one else can see, you're the echo I keep inside. Still standing at the end of the night, where our story softly remains. I whisper your name into the dark, hoping it might reach your heart. Raindrops trace the window pane, like all the times you touched my name. The sea beyond is gray and still, but in my chest the waves remain. A song plays low inside this room, but I can barely hear the tune. Your voice is louder in my mind, still echoing beneath the moon. I'm listening to the ocean by tide, it calls with broken whispers, like all the things we never knew. I'm sitting still, but drifting far, where memories are blue. Is moving on, but I am caught in where we pause. The chair across remains untouched, a quiet monument to loss. I'm listening to the ocean by the window, and it sounds a lot like you. The tide, it calls with broken whispers, like all the things we never knew. I'm sitting still, but drifting far, where memories are blue. If I could sail across this sound, would you be waiting on the shore? But waves don't carry love like letters, they only wash what's gone before. I'm listening to the ocean by the window, while the day turns into night. You left me here with just the silence and the sea that feels too right. I close my eyes and you're still near, as the ocean sings you back to light. It's quiet now, the world has gone to sleep. I'm lying here with secrets I still keep. The moonlight pours across my empty bed, and all these thoughts keep dancing in my head. Late night thoughts, they whisper your name, running through memories I can't quite tame. If only time would turn around, I'd speak the words I never found. The shadows stretch across the room again. I trace your smile in silence and pretend that you're still here, just out of sight. But all that's left is endless night. Late night thoughts, they whisper your name, running through memories I can't quite tame. If only time would turn around, I'd speak the words I never found. Maybe someday the stars will know the way I loved you, soft and slow. But for tonight, I close my eyes and say goodbye in lullabies. Late night thoughts, they whisper your name, carving your If only dreams could bring you near, I'd hold you close, erase the fear.
We kicked our shoes off by the shore. The waves were soft, we needed no more. Your laughter echoed in the wind like something beautiful just beginning. You spun in circles in the spray. Your shadow danced and slipped away. The sun was low, the sky turned cold, and time forgot the tales it told. We didn't speak, we didn't rush, just let the ocean carry us. Barefoot on spring sands, hearts untouched by plans. We chased the tide, we wrote our names, then watched them wash away again. Barefoot on spring sands, where love began without demand. Your hand was warm, your grip unsure, but I held on like love was pure. We carved a moment in the breeze and kissed beneath the waking sea. The world grew quiet, just us two, and every grain of sand felt new. Barefoot on spring sands, with salt between our hands. No promises, no need to stay, just that one soft, perfect day. Barefoot on spring sands, like children led by unseen plans. Now every beach feels half alive, like it remembers how we thrived. The way you smiled, the way you ran, still lingers in this golden land. Barefoot on spring sands, I go back where it began. And though the footprints fade with time, that day still walks inside my mind. Barefoot on spring sands, where I first knew your hand in mine. We sat beneath the blooming trees, a breeze that carried you to me. Your hand brushed mine, we didn't speak, but somehow silence felt complete. The petals fell like gentle snow. You stirred your drink, I watched it slow. Your eyes held spring, your lips a smile. We sat like that a little while. No promises, no grand parade, just the warmth the moment made. And in that space between our sighs, the world grew still beneath the skies. Beneath the blooming cherry trees, you and I in a whispered breeze. No need for words, just soft replies. In every look our hearts would lie. Beneath the blooming cherry trees, you bloomed inside the heart of me. The cafe light began to fade, yet still we lingered, still we stayed. Your voice was soft like strings on wood. You said so little, yet so much stood. No
vows were made, no future planned, just my heart resting in your hand. If love begins in quiet scenes, ours was born in softest greens. Beneath the blooming cherry trees, your laughter danced upon the breeze. We shared a cup, we shared the day, and watched the spring just slip away. Beneath the blooming cherry trees, I found the place where I feel peace. Now seasons change and petals fall, but that spring lives within it all. Every cup I raise to lips still echoes with your fingertips. Beneath the blooming cherry trees, that gentle world still visits me. Though time has passed and winds may tease, my heart still waits beneath those trees.
The sun was bleeding into gray as raindrops whispered on the street. I sat alone where we once met, still saving you a seat. The clouds held back just like my heart, not pouring but not clear. In every light that flickered on, I thought you might appear. Between sunset and rain, I wait where time forgets to move. Not day, not night, just in between, where love still tries to prove. Between sunset and rain, I stay for someone who won't come back. My hands are warm, the coffee's cold, but I still hold the cup. Just like your name, I speak it soft, but never loud enough. Between sunset and rain, I wait where shadows start to blur. 1,000 words I never said now echo without her. Between sunset and rain, I stay, though I know you're not there. I could stand, I could walk, but my heart won't let me leave. The air still tastes like your goodbye, and I'm not ready to breathe. Between sunset and rain, I wait where silence paints the sky. Not hoping now, not letting just learning how to cry. Between sunset and rain, I wait for you and never why. Morning light through the cafe glass, your fingers curled around a porcelain cup. You laughed at something I forgot, but the sound stayed like sunlight caught. Steam was rising, hearts were shy. Outside, pink petals filled the sky. You looked at me, I looked away. Spring had something sweet to say. Cherry blossoms in my coffee, floating soft just like our story. Every bloom a whispered truth of April hearts and tender youth. Cherry blossoms in my coffee, bittersweet and blooming softly. A quiet hum, the world slowed down. Your jacket brushed against my arm. We didn't speak, we didn't need. The silence bloomed like cherry seeds. The window framed your gentle face, like every spring I can't replace. You smiled, I swear the clouds gave way, and time forgot to tick that day. Cherry blossoms in my coffee, moments lost but living softly. One warm cup, one breath, one glance, a fleeting spring, a second chance. Cherry blossoms in my coffee, and you, my favorite memory. Seasons pass, the cafe's new, but every sip still feels like you. Petals fall in morning light, and I relive that perfect sight. Cherry blossoms in my coffee, still swirling in a world without me. Though the moment's long since gone, its warmth, its scent, it lingers on. Cherry blossoms in my coffee, and love that bloomed and faded softly. The city lights are fading slow. No footsteps, just the afterglow. I walk alone through silent air, hoping I might find you there. Empty streets and echoes call. Every shadow feels so small. I search for you in neon signs, but all I find are passing times. Your jacket still hangs by the door. I don't know who I am anymore. The world moves on, but I stay still, chasing ghosts against my will. with quiet eyes. When I was breaking deep inside, you didn't speak, you didn't try, but in your gaze I found a home, a place where I was not alone. Eyes that knew me without a single word, saw through all the noise and everything that hurt. In a glance you held me still when the world forgot to feel. Eyes that knew me better than I did. You caught the things I tried to hide, the little fears I pushed aside. And when the light began to fade, you stayed with me and never strayed. Some say love is loud and bold, but yours was soft and always closed. Eyes that knew me without a single word, saw through all the noise and everything that hurt. In a glance you held me still when the world forgot to feel. Eyes that knew me better than I did. Now when I'm lost in crowded days, I still recall your steady gaze, the one that saw through every lie and loved the parts I tried to hide. Fire that knew me still live inside my mind. When I close mine, I see your light, like stars that never die. Though you're gone, the truth remains in the way you looked my way. Eyes that knew me still guide me through the night, still guide me through the night. I found a photograph inside a dusty drawer. Your smile was frozen like time before the war. I don't recall the day it used to be, but it pulls me back into a fading dream. Faded memories like raindrops on glass, slipping through my fingers, too fragile to last. I try to hold on, but they blur and fall, just shadows now. I can't recall. Your voice, it echoes soft inside my mind, a lullaby I lost to passing time. We were fire under silver skies. Now we're echoes where silence lies. Faded
Did your heart let go more easily? In every place we used to be, I find the ghost of you in me. Faded memories, they come and they go, like old songs on the radio. They used to shine, but now they hide in corners of the past we left behind.
Found you in a drawer today, folded edges, colors gray. A picture taken long ago, but still your smile begins to glow. You looked at me like no one could, and in that frame the world was good. A faded Polaroid, but the feelings never died. You're frozen in a younger light, still tangled in my mind. Though the colors start to blur, you're as real as you once were. In that faded Polaroid, you're still mine. We stood beside that autumn tree, your hand half reaching out to me. The wind had caught your messy hair, but all I saw was you were there. And now this photograph remains to haunt me soft like gentle faded Polaroid, but the feelings never died. You're frozen in a younger light, still tangled in my mind. Though the edges start to blend, you still feel like back then. In that faded Polaroid, you're still mine. I've changed, the years have flown, but that image stands alone. No filter can replace what time could not erase. A faded Polaroid, but the love still breathes inside. A memory I hold like truth, a quiet echo of our youth. Though the colors fade with time, Coffee steam and laughter spun, your eyes met mine, and in that glance time gave us both a second chance. You smelled like cinnamon and spring, and said your name like it meant everything. I stirred my heart, not just my cup, and couldn't seem to look back up. Something warm began to bloom in a quiet little cafe room. You smiled and it was clear and true, the world was tasting something new. First sip of you and I was gone, bittersweet but pulling strong like morning light on cafe glass. You filled a space I didn't know I had. First sip of you, so rich, so deep. Now even dreams can't let me sleep.
You talked about the books you read and laughed at every word I said. We shared a slice of peach delight, the kind that only blooms at night. The world outside just disappeared, like it was only you and me right here. The way you tilted back your chair made springtime settle in the air. First sip of you, a gentle flame.
Now nothing's ever quite the same, like jazz notes floating through the breeze. You stirred the calm inside of me. First sip of you, so bold, so true. I didn't mean to fall for you. Now every cafe plays your song, and every morning feels too long. I chase the flavor, trace the hue of what I found that day in you.
First sip of you forever stays in coffee cups and rainy days. Though time may pour new memories too, none ever tastes like the first sip of you.
She stood where sea and sky collide. No words, no wave, just wind between. Her dress was swaying with the tide, and then she vanished from the scene. No glance behind, no final sound, just footprints fading in the sand. The harbor lights blinked once, then dimmed, as if they knew, as if they'd planned. Her back facing the waves, she walked away from everything. Not a goodbye, not even pain, just silence wrapped in evening. Her back facing the waves, and all I had was the sea. The rain began, the clouds stood still. Even the sky forgot to cry. A whisper floated through the dusk, but it wasn't hers. It was goodbye. Her back facing the waves, she walked away from everything. Not a goodbye, not even pain, just silence wrapped in evening. Her back facing the waves, and all I had was the sea. I stayed behind, the storm grew bold, but still I watched the ocean line. Not for her steps, not for return, but just to feel that she was mine. Her back facing the waves, still carved in my memory. No farewell needed to be said. She took the heart she gave to me. Her back facing the waves, now that's all I ever see. The nights are long, the room feels cold. Since you left, I've grown so old. The coffee's bitter, your chair's still there, but silence fills the empty air. Wishing you were here tonight to hold me close and make it right. I whisper words you'll never hear, but still I'm wishing you were here. Your sweater's draped across the bed. I still replay the things you said. I light a candle just for you, but shadows don't know what to do. Wishing you were here tonight to hold me close and make it right. I whisper words you'll never hear, but still I'm wishing you were here. I write your name in midnight air, pretend that somehow you still care. If love could bring you back to me, I'd trade my days for one more dream. Wishing you were here tonight, under the stars beneath this light. 1,000 miles yet so near. Always I'll be wishing you were here. Wrote your name 100 times on pages filled with silent rhymes, but every word I tried to write got lost between the wrong and right. I folded truth and hid my pain in paper soaked by autumn rain. Letters I never sent, filled with love and some regret. Things I should have said out loud, but fear would always pull me down. Letters I never sent, still whisper in the wind. I kept them in a wooden box, tied with strings and fragile thoughts. Each line a piece of who I was before we broke for no real cause. They speak of nights I cried alone, of dreams that turned to dust and stone. Letters I never sent, filled with love and some lament, wishing I had said goodbye instead of learning how to lie. Letters I never sent, still echo in my chest. Maybe someday you'll find one in a drawer beneath the sun, and know that even through the end I loved you more than I could pen. Letters I never sent were my truth, my last defense. I was scared, but now I see they were the best of what's in me. Letters I never sent are the parts of me I meant, still waiting to be read.
I walked alone by the riverside where we once stood side by side. The moon was high, the water still, and in that light I felt you still. The stars were quiet in the sky, but I could hear your last goodbye. Oh, moonlight over the river brings you back to me. In the silence I remember how we used to be. Though the night keeps moving on, you're the echo in my song. Moonlight over soft and bittersweet. In the current, I still feel you, where our souls would meet. Though this heart has learned to bend, some goodbyes don't truly end. Moonlight over the river still calls you back again. Still calls you back again.
Day or night, you're still with me. A shadow that never lets me go. I try to forget, but you're always there. Why does longing linger so deep? Like a shadow, you're inside of me, breathing softly, quietly. Though we've parted ways and time has passed, you're a wound that never heals. Even laughter echo your name, and every path leads back to you. No matter how far I try to run, you're the silence I can't outrun. Like a shadow, you're inside of me, breathing softly, quietly. Though we've parted ways and time has passed, you're a wound that never heals. I thought love would fade with time, but you've become part of who I am. Even the light can't wash you away. You're etched into every breath. Like a shadow, you're inside of me, always close but never seen.